Hi everyone. So some people reached out because they're just having a little difficulty with joining the table. I'm hoping that this video will help you to get past the error message that you're receiving. So here is the table that was downloaded from the website, from the census website, and I'm just going to clean up my data real quick. So I'm going to delete this row as we discussed this row here, as discussed in class the other day, because I don't need it. I'm also going to delete this row because it just doesn't seem right. The way that the data is set up, do you see this, how everything else starts with a 15 and this data starts with an 05? I just found that maybe it's creating a little bit of an error. So I'm going to delete that as well. Then I'm going to go to these fields and I'm going to actually delete an additional field, and this may help you. So this could be why maybe you're getting an error message. So let's try it and say it's worth the shot. So I'm going to delete this field here because remember this was the marginal value, the marginal error value. So I'm going to delete that. Here I have the home value. I'm going to delete this field as well, and I'm actually going to delete this field as well. I'm just going to keep these fields for the purpose of this video. So if you look here now, I just have two rows, two fields that I'm going to bring in. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to save it as median value to my folder, my data folder. It should work with the three columns, but just in case, with the three fields, just in case, maybe go back and do this as to troubleshoot to see if maybe this is the issue. It may not be the issue, but it's worth the shot. Here I have data, and you can see I already created median value data, but that was for another map that I created. So I'm actually gonna, for another video, and I don't want to mess with it. So value data 2, and I'm gonna call it 2 just because I have a second one, and I'm gonna save it. And again, it's in CSV file. You don't want to mess with it. You don't want to make an Excel file. You just want to keep it as that. I just like to save it again. I'm a little bit paranoid individual, so I save it again. I say yes, I'm going to replace it, and then I definitely know it has been saved. And I hit X here, cancel. I don't want to save. I just hit X out. Don't save. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm going to go to my map, and here I am at my map. I've already imported my geodatabase. If you don't know how to do that, you say add database, and then you go to the assignment file and you add the geodatabase for this file. So I would go to my Esri Press file, I would go to chapter 5, I'd go under the assignment, and then I'd add the geodatabase. But I've already done that, so it's here. I want to add now both my feature classes and my table. So I'm going to import. I'm going to import the table first, and here is my table. I'm going to scroll to my median value. Here we go at 1139. So I looked at that, and now I'm making this video at 1155. So guess what? That is not the right table. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here to my geodatabase, and I'm going to refresh. Actually, I'm just going to hit refresh. I'm going to hit refresh because I just want to see if maybe I'm able to do that. If not, what I found is that I actually have to X out all the way, which I'm not happy about. Median value, oh, it's still 1139. So here's what I found. If you look, the table that I updated was last updated 1139, and the table that I'm trying to use, I updated at about 1150. So what I'm finding is I actually have to X out of this map. I'm trying to find how to do that, but it's not working very well. And I need to go to my assignment folder and open the map that I have for this. I'm not doing the revised one because I did that last weekend. So I'm going to open up my assignment. Now, the issue is that my assignment already has in it I had brought in the geodatabases before this video, so you're going to see a little bit of a different field than you. I'm going to X out of there because I want to just use my catalog pane. I have my map added, a new map added, and I'm going to go to my databases here. I actually, because I had already imported a lot of stuff to my geodatabase. Actually, look, it is empty. Awesome. So it's empty. So this is great. So here I'm going to go to my geodatabase. It might take a little bit of time to upload. So let's just be patient with it and wait for this to upload. And it looks like everything's updated. So it does look like my geodatabase is empty. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to import my table. So here's my table. And I am going to go, once it updates a little bit here. You know, it's taken some time, so we have to be patient. I have too much stuff on my computer. Come on. X out again and try. Maybe it was just being import table. Let's hope. There we go. So import rows. So here I am. I'm going to import the data. So I want to import that CSV file. Notice, you'll probably see here. See how that is the correct time? So I'm going to import that table. Okay. And then my output name, I want median value. Median underscore value. Remember, you can't. And then I'm going to hit run. And notice down here, first GeoID, okay, just leave everything the same, okay? You can add a field if you want. You can add a new field here. I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to hit run, because you'll see what I think should happen will happen, which is that it automatically adds a field. So if I go over here now, because look, it added my table, I'm going to hit open. You will see that an object ID field was added automatically to the table. So this object ID field needs to be there. If it's not there, then you can add a field here that says object ID, and I can work with you from that point forward. But you should try this and make sure the object ID field comes in. It should automatically create that for you. But then if I go here and I go X, and I need to import all of those feature classes. So I have to go here, and then I have to add my area. I have to add data. I have to add block groups. I'm just going to add these two just for the to condense this video, and I'm going to hit run, because we really just need that BG1, the BG shapefile. Make sure that when you have extracted all of the data, that all of the folder, that zip folder, when you downloaded the data, like this zip folder, for block groups has been extracted, and you have all of the files under there. So not just the shape files, but you have all the files under there. So now I have block groups and the other area hydrology should be under here. So if I wait, let's see, where didn't they come in? Oh, they didn't come in, so I need to do this again. So feature classes, and if I go here, these feature classes should come in. Why didn't that come in? So let's say OK, and I'll hit run. So sometimes it's not always perfect, but let's see. And let's see if it, let me refresh here, refresh the geodatabase and see if, yeah, there it is, it shows up. So actually I brought this in twice, so I want to remove this one because I don't want two of the same there. You can in here edit this to a new name if you want. Like if you like block groups, like I like to rename my stuff just so that I know what it is. Instead of having this name here, I can say block groups, block underscore group, enter. And now it's called block group. So I want to bring block group in over here. If it doesn't work that way, sometimes dragging and dropping doesn't work. So then I just go to add data and I add the block group that's there. So if I look at that, now I'm going to X out of this table and I want to show you something. In block group, there should be the attribute table. And the block group attribute table should have object ID there as well. And that's hopefully how we're going to join the table. So if I go here to block group and I say join table and I add a join. Now if you have already joined the table to something else, you'll see that you will have the option to remove the join. So if something comes up with an error and you need to remove the join, you just remove it and then try again. Okay, so block group, here we go. object ID. Median value should show up the table with object ID because it kind of knows that that is there. And then if I hit run, I should be able to join the two tables together. So when I join the two tables together, you'll see, here we go, what you'll see is this. You'll see object ID now, and you see the median value fields added to the block group. And then you would, from this point, you would create the geo feature class. So you would go to the data and export the feature to the feature class to create that BG median value feature class. So that is, hopefully helps you troubleshoot. So here's where I think maybe I went wrong, was I told you to keep 3 fields in the Excel table. If you're having an error, then maybe delete one of those fields and just have the GeoID field and the HD field in the Excel spreadsheet. So try that again and see if it works. Hopefully this video will give you a little bit more troubleshooting to help you with that.